Hey guys and girls, it's Ken here from OK Portugal and welcome to another episode of Portugal Farm Life. Coming up in this week's episode, we meet the very first Red Wagyu bull that was born in the whole of Europe. We find out about how the University of Castelo Branco helped with the breeding of these animals. We're joined by some friends and we go to the only restaurant in the whole of Europe that serves Red Wagyu meat. Now I'm here with Orlando, I'm here with Joaquin, and Orlando is one of the founding partners of Wagyu World, and these guys have got a really interesting project where they are bringing Red Wagyu cows into Portugal. In last week's episode, we visited a beautiful farm in Monserrat's Alentejo, where they have an ambitious project to grow the best meat in the world. We told the story of how a group of guys got together and started a company called Wagyu World. They invested a lot of time, money and effort to bring the very first Red Wagyu cows into Europe. Red Wagyu, otherwise known as akasushi, are very special Japanese cow breeds, famous for their luxurious marbled meat, and until now there were no Red Wagyu cows in the whole of Europe.
At the first beginning, back in 2017, we start me and Hugo and Lionel with an idea.
Okay.
We have genetics and an idea. Okay. And Lionel bring the land.
Yeah.
And we mixed all these ideas, and the main goal was produce in Portugal the best beef. Okay. And we start with the land and with the genetics. But
Okay. And by genetics, you mean the embryos?
the embryos.
Okay.
We have it on Florida, the United States.
Okay.
But it's not enough to set this up, because we need someone who would take the embryos and put it into the cows. Fortunately for us, we find Joaquin, and Joaquin take the hand and, okay, let's do it. We will help you. It's a good, interesting project. It's good for us as well as a school to have this kind of content for our students, and for us as professionals. We take the embryos from Florida to Portugal, and from that part, Joaquin take the control, and we have a good. That I'm so thankful to Joaquin and to the rest of the team, because we have an excellent rate of success from embryos to burns.
Why have you guys got embryos? Why didn't you just get some cows from Japan?
Okay, we cannot take any kind of genetics or cows or bulls from Japan. Okay, it's forbidden.
Yeah.
Because it's a national heritage. The genetics and all the Wagyu business is
Protected.
started in Japan, in Kobe, in Japan, and they want to protect legally as well, and we cannot take it from Japan. But in 1986, someone take genetic from Japan and bring to the United States, and from the United States they start to produce genetics and split for all over the world, and the biggest producers in the world now are in Australia. Australia, New Zealand, and some parts in Europe, France, Holland,
And
the Netherlands.
That is black Wagyu, mainly black Wagyu.
Mainly black. But we have the akasushi, as we say before. It stands for red Wagyu. Okay.
And that's the one that you guys have, and you guys are responsible for bringing the only red into the whole of Europe.
But we have the red in Florida. We have two bulls and two cows producing genetics, and we take the embryos. And why the embryos? Because it's impossible. None of the insurance companies that we have in the world, none of them make a price for bring to make insurance to bring a live animal. Because it's a very long process, and it's a very difficult process for the animals. It's probably could take more than 3 months.
Wow. And these are animals that need big space, lots of grass, fields,
and by
outside.
It's forbidden by law to take animals from the United States to Portugal.
Wow.
And it's forbidden as well.
Live animals in the embryo is permitted.
Very, very interesting. Cool, excellent. So I think we should start at the very beginning, and we should go and have a look at the embryos and find out a little bit more about that whole process. Now, before we get there, I'm with Joaquin, and we're walking through a very muddy field. And he wants to show me the very first bull that was born about 2 years ago.
This is a bull. Is the first bull born in our school. The different is a smaller breed, but it's a totally different breed for the others. It's smaller with not so big parts of meat, but it's a totally different and the higher quality of the meat of this breed. The shape he has is a perfect animal from Wagyu breed, the Red Wagyu. We can put a black Wagyu or a red Wagyu. You can have the different colors. But it's the most rare Wagyu in the world. So this is the first animal of the Red Wagyu born in all the Europe.
So let's go to the very beginning of the story, and if you wouldn't mind, could you show us where the embryos are stored?
Yeah, okay.
And here we are. We're at the embryos. Now we've got a bunch of different containers. These are cryogenic chambers. I believe they've got liquid nitrogen inside, and that basically keeps the contents cool. As you can see, this one over here, it's got the Portuguese Association of cattle breeding.
Yeah.
And then on the side here, this is for limousines. So these aren't the ones. The ones that we're interested in are these ones here, which are Wagyu. And as you can see, that this is all locked. And Sandra is going to open it up. So she's going to give us a sneak peek at what these containers and embryos look like. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. And there you have it. Okay, so it's a bunch of different vials. Excellent. Muito obrigado. Thank you for showing me that.
This is a small container because it's only for the tree.
Yes, yes.
When they came to Portugal, they came in here.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's a smaller only for the tree.
It says here charges in 2 hours. How long does it last?
Maybe 1 month.
1 month, wow.
1 month. The nitrogen capacity.
Yes. So, and
1
then,
or 2 months, it depends.
and then these are the things that lift up the samples.
Yeah, only for the plane.
Okay.
You can put them in sea. When they came to Portugal, we transferred to that container.
Wow, okay. Amazing. Thank you so much for showing us this. It's fascinating.
It's protected from the transport for not shake.
Exactly. If you see the guys at the airports, they usually throw these containers around. Yeah. Yeah. What these guys are doing here is pure breeding. This is not genetic modification. They are using the genetics of the animal, but it's called pure breeding, and that's, yeah.
You remove from the female the egg to a small lab, and you remove the semen from a bull. And you put it together, and you start count 7 days.
7 days, okay.
At the 7th day, you can transfer to another cow to receive the embryo, produce it in the lab.
Okay. So I believe in English this is called a cow press or a cattle press. Basically this is a slightly different to what I'm sure you've seen before because it's made out of wood. So I'm just going to take you through this. Now if you imagine, the cows basically get fed through here, and this is the cow press. Now the whole point of this is that you need the animal to go somewhere where you can have it safely stood still in one place so that it can't hurt itself or hurt you if you have to do any veterinary sort of procedures or anything like that. Now this one's special because it's made out of wood, and the reason it's made out of wood is so that it doesn't actually make a noise. There's a lot of other ones that are made out of metal. They make a lot of noise, they make a lot of clanging sounds, and that's very, very stressful for the animal. Now these sides here are sides that can actually squeeze together, and they basically hold the cow still. And Joaquin was telling me that when the cow is still, or when it's pressed, it makes it a lot calmer. And then this over here is where it closes around the cow's neck, and it basically keeps it still. So I'm just going to walk straight through here, and I'll show you on this side. Joaquin, can you close the press part? And yeah, so there's the neck part.
You can close the neck.
Yeah.
After that you can...
And then this is the part that basically closes around the cow's body. And then the whole point of...
when they are shut.
Exactly. And then the whole point is that you can go, as the vet can get to the back of the animal can't, kick out or squash them or anything like that. And they can perform the operation, or where they implant the eggs. So the weather hasn't been great today.
It's great.
Well,
Water.
It's great. Well, it's great for farming. It's good farming weather, yeah. But it hasn't been great for filming. So where we want to be right now is actually all the way across there, because that's where some of the Wagyu mothers are, or some of the Wagyu cows. But we can't get there right now because we've got a bit of a lake in the field. We've got a bit of a stream coming down. How long is the gestation period? So once you actually, put the egg inside, like how long does it take until you get a cow coming out?
Normally 290 days.
Okay.
Almost 9 months and a half. So
9 months
we
and a half,
know exactly when we put the semen inside the cow,
Yeah.
and we start counting 219 days.
Wow.
So more 5 or not, maybe 5 to 10 days to
Like
more
either side?
or less to either
Okay.
side. We know provisionally the week they will born.
Okay.
So in that week, or maybe in 2 weeks, we have to catch the cow
Okay.
and put it more closely from the buildings.
Okay.
If we need to make some help to the born, we are close.
Exactly.
And we can use a small device. The name is Mukol.
Okay.
It's a very important device. We put in the tail of the mother.
Okay.
And when they start the born, they make some contractions from
Okay.
the uterus, and the tail start to make this movement.
Okay.
And this kind of device is an electronic device. Is make a connection with my mobile phone and from my colleague. And one of us, when they receive the message, the born is starting.
Then you can run down
here to the school to make if everything is okay.
So you guys have got a bunch of different cows here. I can see that you've got Holstein. You've got what are the other ones? What's the black one?
The black one is a cross with the Holstein Friesian and Limousine.
And Limousine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have the cross too with Holstein Friesian and Wagyu. We
Okay.
can make the cross.
Okay.
And we can make another cross. Is the first is the F1 is Holstein and Limousine, and
Okay.
after that we can put it Wagyu in that field.
Oh wow.
We can make the 3 kind of breeds to make a final product for meat production.
Okay. And what is the benefit of mixing 3 different types of breeds together like that?
The Holstein is the best breed for milk production.
Okay.
The Limousine for the meat production.
Because it's a bigger animal.
Is a bigger animal
Okay.
and too strong.
Yes.
And after that, Wagyu to make some better quality of the meat.
So meat with lots of marbling, lots of flavor.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So okay.
We mix
That makes
the
perfect
3
sense.
different kind of breeds
Yeah.
with the best quality of them.
Right, so they've got a whole bunch of different cows here, and obviously on a day like today it's quite difficult to get around because of all of this mud, but we've got one of the little red Wagyu cows and we've just found it, so check this out. So we can see here we've got a mother and she's protecting her calf, so I'm just going to stay out of her way for a bit. She doesn't want me getting close to her babies. So I just want to say a big thank you for allowing us to come here and to have a look at all of this. It's been super interesting. A big thank you to Orlando to make this all possible, and for you, Joaquin.
For nothing.
Yeah,
No,
it's a pleasure.
A big thank you for Joaquin for allowing us to come here and to get to know, and for you as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Big thank you.
But now we're going to do something very cool. You've also invited us to go and see your restaurant.
Yeah, now we go to the Aka Sushi for taste.
Yeah.
All of these investment,
Yeah.
the embryos, the cows.
5 years of work.
Yeah. We have a tomahawk ready for us. Okay?
Oh, brilliant. Okay, I can't wait.
Okay.
Let's go to the restaurant
Let's go.
and check it out.
Okay.
All right, so I'm in Castelo Branco, and it's Christmas. Well, it's nearly Christmas. Look at all the lights. Looks absolutely stunning. And we are right outside Aka Sushi. These guys do steak and they do sushi. And the reason they're called Aka Sushi is because the type of steak that these guys serve is this Red Wagyu. And this Red Wagyu is called akasushi. And that's where they get their name from. So we're actually very early. The time at the moment, it's only 6 o'clock. And the reason why we're early is because tonight they're going to be super busy. All of these tables are going to be completely full. And so they wanted to get us in here before all the madness started. And here we go. This is Ewan. Wait, there's Gina, there's Carissa, and there's Ewan. And they are from Frankie Off Grid. So make sure you check them out. They're going to be vlogging here as well. So go and check their channel for this episode. And yeah, good to see you guys. Yeah.
Thanks for inviting us.
Good company, of course.
You're very welcome. Yeah. And this is Bruno. Bruno. Hola. Bruno is one of the he's one of the partners in the restaurant, and yeah, he's a good guy, Bruno.
Yes.
Really good to meet you.
To meet you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Orlando. This is Bruno.
Olá.
And this is João.
Olá.
We are the 3 partners of the Aka Sushi. Okay. 1 year ago, we started to think about do a different restaurant. Why don't we mix these two concepts from Japan? The best beef and the best fish, sushi from Japan. Why? It's a good idea. And we mix João because João is a very good friend of us as well, and is more available to stay here in the restaurant and help us put this idea together and set it off. And our goal is to bring to the same table with families, friends, start with sushi, and we can go deeper on sushi. We have different kinds of sushi and experience, and bring the Wagyu akasushi to the same table.
So Red Wagyu is called
Stand for,
akasushi.
yeah. And
Okay.
as we mix the two concepts, the akasushi and the sushi, we put the S on the middle and we name Aka Sushi. And as we saw on the videos before, we start from the genetics to the production and just for heat. Okay, is the most important and interesting part of all the business is to share a good beef with a good friend or someone from the family and enjoy a good moment on the table. We have plans to grow to another places, but we have to grow the Wagyu World Company because if you don't have animals, we cannot have more restaurants. Okay.
So this is the beginning. This is
Yeah.
the first stages.
Yeah, this is the first stage.
And
We
it's
hope.
taken 5 years for
Yeah.
the first stage.
Yeah, 5 years.
And we have the chef Fabio, and then we have Jonas, and these guys are making some amazing sushi for us now. We've got a whole bunch of different things happening here, and they're going to be on the table shortly. It's been a long day, and I can't wait to tuck into some of this food and to hang out with some of my mates. And this is a tomahawk steak. So this is a giant rib with a whole bunch of meat attached to it. And if you look very closely there, it's got a lot of marbling. And that marbling is the fat that goes in between the muscle tissue and gives it all of its flavor. But look at the size of this thing, and this is what we're going to be eating this evening.
1.5 kilos. Okay.
1.5 kilos, wow. So I'm going to leave these guys to it. They're going to cook the food. Hola! And I can't wait to taste it. Here comes the sushi.
Olá, é o nosso chefe, Fábio Souza. Temos sashimi de salmão, o sashimi de atum. Essas peças abaixo são o hokigai, tá? É um marisco muito saboroso, ele tem um sabor presente. Tem uma textura mais firme, mas ele tem um sabor bem marcante. Os gunkas, patê de camarão, salmão. Temos aqui os negiris de salmão, tá? Negiris de atum. Abaixo temos os uramaki especiais, que são os uramakis ebi. Temos o uramaki camarão e o uramaki Filadélfia. Espero que gostem. Bom apetite.
E temos muito mais para vocês conhecerem.
Isso aqui é o início, aqui é uma préviazinha para vocês conhecerem, tá?
It's whole fruit. The flour is included.
Oh, wow. Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado. Bem-aja. So, normally when I come to this restaurant, being a beer and steak kind of guy, I've only ever had steak. I've never actually tried the sushi before. All right, Carissa, get in there with some of that green. So the green stuff is apparently fish eggs. I've never seen fish eggs this green.
Flying fish.
Flying fish eggs.
So green, so.
That's the reason.
The eggs don't fly.
Okay.
Can the eggs don't fly?
Yeah. All right, so I would like to say that this is the first piece that I've tried, but I've actually just tried a piece before this. It was fantastic, so I'm going to go straight back there again. And yeah, this looks incredible. I have no idea what that was, but it was fantastic. This one had the salmon and...
No, this is shrimps.
Shrimps?
Fried, yeah.
Okay,
Mixed with salmon and tuna.
fantastic.
Many thanks. for you
Ah,
guys.
thank you
So
so much.
Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone. Saúde. Saúde.
Saúde.
I'm drinking wine.
And it's a really good wine as well. Wow. Right, so I've got to give some of this a try. This is this good salmon. We're going to do a little bit of soy sauce. It's like butter.
Yeah. The texture.
It's literally like butter. It's so smooth. Fantastic. Right, so that is the sushi's gone. And I believe now it's time for the steak. And here we go. We've got the tomahawk That looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, you guys really have done a great job. And we've gone for medium rare. Perfect. That's the only way. Although I'm sure you guys at home are going to tell me otherwise and say rare, rare, yeah.
It has to be rare, doesn't it?
Look how much meat you get, huh? Oh, wow. Incredible.
Before BT.
There we go. So now is the moment of truth. We are going to try the tomahawk. This is a Wagyu tomahawk. The very first and only red Wagyu in the whole of Europe. So super special stuff. 5 years ago, Orlando started on this journey, and this is a cow from 4 years ago. This has taken 4 years to get to the plate. It's absolutely fabulous. And thank you so much for inviting us here so that we can try this. I've never ever had meat of this quality before.
Thank you. It's very, very good. But look, we suffer a lot, we invest a lot, we take care a lot. But to have this kind of result, we have to do it good, on the proper way, from the very beginning.
Yeah.
If we don't, we cannot reach this level of taste and beef.
So wine-wise, we've just had this Alvarinho, which is one of the most amazing white wines you will ever find in Portugal. Goes amazingly with steak, which is quite rare for a white wine. And sushi, which is why we had it first. But
You want to open it?
this is the red wine of all red wines, without spending hundreds. So Syrah from Alentejo,
Yeah, from Alentejo.
Cortes de Cima, 2019. There is no better wine to go with steak. The reason that steak and red wine go so well together is the tannin that you get from an old and hot country red wine. You get loads of tannin in it. Tannin that you have in the wine reacts amazingly to the protein and fat that you have in steak. So the protein breaks down the tannin, and the tannin breaks down the fat. So it's like a harmonious, what's the word? Harmonious pairing.
Yeah, it's a perfect pairing.
Oh, smell, yeah. Doesn't get any better.
It's different.
Smell that.
Yes, please. Yeah. I'll finish this in a second.
Yeah? That is first.
Yeah, so Sprite is a perfect complement to potatoes in any form, mash, chip, rustic. It just melts on your mouth, the potato and Sprite.
Is it the lemony limey flavour?
I think that adds to it. It definitely does. And it needs to be at a frosty level as well, so it needs to be nice and chilled, and then you feel the hot potato in your mouth.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Dessert
Oh,
Okay, Portugal.
look at that. Ah, it says, thank you, OK Portugal. That is fantastic.
Look, it takes 2 days for us to have an apple like that. And why? Because the first day we spend to have the structure, the shape, okay? And the second day to give them color. Inside of that we have a Belgium chocolate. It's a white Belgium chocolate, which is very, very good. We will taste it in a moment. And it's very interesting because it's a mix of shape and flavor. Okay? Enjoy it.
It's got something in the bottom here.
That's the apple pulp, isn't it?
And then this is Belgian chocolate.
Belgian white chocolate.
It's okay, Portugal.
The dessert is now finished. The wine is now finished. The food is now finished. We've had a great time. How was that, Gina?
It was very nice.
Now, Gina is someone that doesn't usually eat like meat, especially not like meat that is like medium rare or something like that. What do you think?
It was very nice. I did eat some, and it was very nice.
She definitely did. I'm actually quite impressed because normally she won't, like I'll do a braai at home and I'll have some really good meat, not this quality, and she'll have like a mouthful and be like, that's okay. But yeah,
It was good.
it's testament to how good it is.
The pudding was better though for me.
Yeah, Gina loves her chocolates. Yeah, and that was amazing. Okay, so now we've got some Japanese whiskey. This is called, what is that? 40-degree whiskey, the Fuji-san. And here we have some very special Japanese whiskey. Gina doesn't drink alcohol, and she's going to have a sip of whiskey. She's like, no. Okay, so Gina doesn't have a good...
It's alright.
It's
I
all right.
don't mind whiskey, but only that's enough for me.
Okay. Well, here we go. Muito obrigado. Salud. Cheers, everyone. Woo. Okay, now this is very smooth stuff. This is a blended whiskey, but wow. These guys have got it right. It's 9:30. Actually, it's 9:45. A long time has gone past. And Gina wants to go home now. I'm having a lot of fun. And it's been a great night. And it's so awesome to spend time with you guys as well. And to see all of this. And hello. And this is Margarita. This is the daughter of Bruno. She's joining us at the table. She's a very good dressage horse rider. She's teaching
us how to drink whiskey.
Yeah, no, she's not teaching us that. Yeah. All right, so we arrived, we ate, we drank, we vlogged, and we're on our way now. And that's it, folks. We're at the end, and I just want to say a big thank you to everyone behind me here right now, especially Gina for taking us all here. Thank you, Gina. I know it's way past your bedtime, and thank you. Lots of love.
Good night.
Orlando, thank you so much.
Pleasure to have you now.
It's been amazing. Thank you for telling us your story. João, thank you. Your restaurant is absolutely amazing. Margarita. Desculpa. Thank you so much. And Bruno, fantastic. Your restaurant is amazing. And then obviously we've got Carissa. Carissa, give me a hug. And then we've got Ewan. And then we've got cameras.
And
cameras. Camera, look at camera.
Exactly. And guess what? These guys have vlogged this tonight as well, so check it out on their channel.
But nowhere near as well as Ken has. If you want super details,
Yeah.
watch Ken's video.
Okay, Frankie Off Grid. Check it out. It's their YouTube channel. Everyone, please say goodbye and thank you so much. And we'll see you soon. Ciao.